about our perception in 3D. We'll be trying to discuss um, many things. The aspect of 3D, how we can uh, analyze solutions, how we can form solution uh, through 3D modeling, how we get to design things and something some other stuff like that. So there are very cool topics to discuss. So why we chose 3D modeling? So this is very we'll be discussing through examples. So why 3D modeling? Okay, so uh, 3D modeling have several
Your
applications.
voice is lagging. Can
Hello.
yeah, your voice is lagging. Can you say something?
There is connectivity issue.
Still lagging. Just continue.
Okay,
Share your screen and continue and be
still
closer
lagging.
to the mic.
Okay. So yeah, let's discuss where do we apply 3D modeling. Basically, in movies, you have seen uh, the scenes, the building collapsing, and other stuffs like that. Uh, so you might not think that they are happening in real cities, the the White House is collapsing, etc. So in those cases, uh, in those cases, we use 3D modeling to model the real subjects such as the White House, for example, and then we simulate in a CAD software in softwares like Maya or Blender uh, to show you the results that you see in the movies, like the collapsing animation. And from this,
Someone, uh, yeah, please reshare your screen as a complete screen. Just not the PPT slides. Yeah.
yeah, I am not showing the side. I'm actually going to I'm going to the VFX reel.
Uh, as compared to the others one like the Maya 3ds Max, which are priced at $1,000 a month. But Blender is completely free and feature rich. Almost all the features of all other applications are present in Blender. Um, is everyone ready? Please just say yes in the comments. Uh, okay, I will wait for you a moment. Uh, okay, you are installing right now. Okay,
तो डीनी भी डाउनलोड कर सकता है
sure. Why not? But I will be working on Blender only. And, so yeah, I was telling about Blender. Yeah, so the 3D modeling in real work, you can see nowadays it is used everywhere, from gaming, movies, uh, physical rendering, or any plastic product that you, any new product you are making. They are first simulated and modeled in any 3D software. Then it is presented and edited more and now. And if you are in architectural field, so like architectural render, you can see.
Hello, is the screen visible now? Hello, hello.
Yeah, yeah, it is visible.
So sorry for the issue. Uh, okay,
Yeah,
so I was talking about movies. Mainly, most of the people in movies nowadays make CGI characters, and CGI. The environment is made. Environments is remodeled in 3D softwares, uh, and the thing they present to you uh, are also uh, are also simulated in 3D softwares only. So I want to show you some examples what uh, magnificent amount of work people do in 3D modeling. Like this is the 3D model of CGI of Captain Marvel. As you can see, is everyone able to see this screen? Hello?
yes,
As representation PPT projectorial कोई और विंडो नहीं आ रही.
Acha. Now is it visible?
yeah, yes, yes,
Uh, okay. This is the portfolio of a 3D asset artist. Name is Jan Yanda, and he's German actually. So J is pronounced as Y. So he worked in the recent Avengers movie uh, and for Captain Marvel, and this is the CGI rig. This is the CGI created for Captain Marvel. Is it now visible on the web page? So let's see a small video of how people in this industry are working to make the movie feel more realistic to you.
ये वैसे यहाँ पे 5 से लेस frames per second पे चल रही है.
There's it might be because of net connection, slow net. guess you got the slight idea of how people in this industry are working. So yeah, this was about movies. Aman, would you like to share about your thought about what?
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings, right? Lord
yeah.
of the Rings.
The movie, you must have heard about the movie Lord of the Rings. Like it was one of the first movies to use 3D models, 3D modeling and animation of this high capacity on this large scale uh, 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 to use this technology. So basically, they created the whole Fox army with 3D modeling and assigned random actions to them. And the whole complete army was made by this, nothing else. And it looked really awesome and realistic. Still, it was just 3D model with a few combat.
That they might be rendered on some kind of 3D software, their interiors and exteriors. Like this is one of the interior designs I have created on uh, Autodesk Maya. Is it visible?
Kamal, I think we should move on to the 3D modeling part.
No, just wait. So yes, uh, this is the kind of now is it visible? The room.
Yeah,
So this is the kind of 3D modeling architecture architects use uh, to to teach you तुमको बताने के लिए कि उनके माइंड में कैसा कंस्ट्रक्शन they have conceived in their mind, what kind of design they have conceived in their mind, and or what kind of designs of your room and your apartment you wanted, and uh, accordingly the architects delivered to you your uh, design preferences 3D, so that you are convinced that your preferences, uh, your design that you conceive uh, matches the reality. So that is how architects use uh, 3D modeling to convey their to sync with your perception and reality about interior decorations, interior designs. This is created on Autodesk Maya, but today we are going to explain uh, Blender because Blender is free, and whereas Maya is shit expensive. And when I say shit expensive, it is very expensive. So next, uh, our next example in 3D modeling is in automobile industry. So in automobile industry, it is vastly used because the design of automobile uh, design of automobile uh, starts from the paper, but now you have to conceive. Now you have to think it in 3D, that how it looks in because we perceive in three-dimensional figures. So how does it looks in 3D? In for that we have to create models in 3D. Also, also show you this. Also, you can see these 3D structures that are created to simulate in an environment. So before you create the finished product in reality with metals and uh, plastics or all the materials, you have to uh, think it. You have to get to the part that is it efficient? Will it be efficient or will it work? So for that we need simulations in 3D, and to simulate in 3D we need to model uh, these kinds of model. This is actually a model of jet engine motor, and this is modeled in ANSYS. So ANSYS is a software that is vastly used for simulation purposes. Uh, this is here the designer has created a 3D model of the rotor and also the air around the rotor that is being sucked in by the jet engine. You can see this is how a jet engines look, and this is just a part of the jet engine. Hello.
Yeah, Tamal, we are listening.
Yeah. So this is the part of the uh, jet engine that is in motion, that sucks a column of air and thrusts it out from its rear end. And here you can see the color gradient that defines the velocity of the streamlined air column that is being sucked through the jet engine. And for this vast simulation, for this uh, behind this simulation, there is very complicated math working behind, and also uh, you are getting a before constructing a jet engine in real with all the big metals and uh, stuffs, aluminum. We are getting a idea near near about a precise idea near about the reality, uh, how uh, how this is going to work. So based on that, the next step of the design, the next step of production is decided whether to uh, uh, physically produce this part or not. So
Sorry, Tamal,
this
can
also,
I add a few more things here?
uh-huh,
Yeah,
yeah,
so as a in real life, we cannot like if we want to do some experiment on Mars, or if you want some what do unrealistic things which cannot be easily done. So what we do, we create a type of environment by setting those variable like physics and physical particle variable, the mathematical equations in the software itself, so that it can simulate more or less exactly how it will behave in those particular conditions. Tamal is trying to say here कि, basically this is a jet engine is simulated in the same sense, like before finding out the flaws in by installing in a jet and uh, falling from the sky. So we are creating simulation here and testing changing all the variable in the simulator only, so we can find out the problem. I can see few questions here by Ankita. As a beginner, which software should you start? Yeah, so I have used Maya and Blender both. As a student, I was using Maya. Uh, So yeah, because it was freely available there, Maya is industry standard. Everyone in the industry uses Maya. Okay, so but it is very costly. As a mediocre company, or if you are in well, a normal level company, most of the time they just do piracy of the Maya and use them. So that's why Blender comes in. Now Blender 2.8 is widely adopted throughout the world. It has more or less same features that are of Maya, maybe not as powerful as Maya, but it gets the work done, and it is not $1,000 a month. So yeah, is AutoCAD any different from? Yes, AutoCAD SolidWorks, like I said before, comes under mathematical geometry or dimension-driven modeling. Whereas Maya, 3ds Max, Blender, these comes in modeling with meshes. So there is quite a bit difference between them. They AutoCAD is like for the CAD purpose only, like for checking out the stress of the cylinder and everything. So you can do those type of calculation in AutoCAD, but not in Blender or Maya. Okay, Tamal, you can continue.
All right. Once I'm having some issue with the connection. There is another question, John, that is related, um, but it's okay. So both use mathematical calculation. By both, uh, what do you mean by both? Okay, we'll take that question later. So after automobile industries, aerospace industries come, and the same way aerospace industries also use. I have given a example of jet engine just in previous section. Similar way, similar way, aerospace industry also depends on a lot of electronic devices, microchip antennas, radars, uh, antennas. So antennas are also simulated, and before simulation, they have to design it. Uh, this is this is a design of circular array antenna. This is a CADF antenna. It's called a commutative aerial direction finder. So this antenna is a part of CADF. Uh, Similarly, the antennas are modeled in 3D, and uh, they are simulated, obtained, uh, obtained their electric fields they generate around them, so that we can understand whether these electric fields, whether the antenna is efficient enough to communicate what we want to communicate in the channel at the frequency what we want to communicate, and we can also decide the material used in the antenna, uh, like uh, for microchip antenna, whether gold or silver layer has to be used, which will produce a better field, something like that. Let me show you some examples of electromagnetic field produced by antenna in simulation. can everyone see these? Uh, this is uh, this is an electromagnetic field produced by an antenna in a phone. This is simulated in ANSYS. Uh, this is also simulated in ANSYS in a particular project they call HFSS. HFSS stands for high frequency high frequency structure simulation. In high frequency structure simulation, uh, you basically simulate the 3D. You do 3D analysis of the electromagnetic waves produced by these antennas. In fact, there in HFSS is also used for uh, simulation of radars and microchip antennas, microwave guides, anything that produces uh, electromagnetic fields can be simulated in HFSS, high frequency structural simulation. So yeah, then let's come to computer in games and AR/VR application. Aman, would you like to explain with examples computer games and AR/VR application? Aman,
Yes, yes. Yeah, I think more or less it is same. Like in computer games, everyone know that all the characters that are made are 3D models, and sometimes it is like a face wrap of some famous movie actors, and uh, in Cyberpunk 2077, that will be releasing soon. It has Keanu Reeves. In games and in AR, yeah, you can say mostly in VR, when simulations of houses are made, the simulations of, you know, uh, actually, around 2 to 3 years back, we created a simulation of physics lab that is for this purpose only. Uh, so in that we created a different physics experiment, like a circuitry experiment, and the pendulum, and how will it react at different circumstances, like by changing gravity, by changing I think gravity only. Yeah, by if there is a wind present and everything. So yeah, these type of things only can be achieved by 3D modeling, and this. Uh, Although for this purpose we used Unreal Engine, that is a uh, game developer game developing software that most commonly known are most commonly known is I think Unity, uh, and but yeah, Unreal is very famous too. So yeah, we can create games in those softwares. Initially, we create a model, the characters model, and if there is a house present. One yeah, so like if there is some building, uh, you can play. Just say, just consider these are building. So yeah, you can just create a city like this in like what, 3 to 4 minutes. I mean the model one. I will show you one I have completed to give you the example. Yeah. This is the city I am working on. This is Los Angeles. So yeah, in game also these are made in a similar way. These are street. You can move around, have a character here and there. Even in Spider-Man game, there are tall building everywhere. You can just shoot your web on there and apply the property like the stickiness, the rigidity, and everything. So yeah, in gaming also this is very widely used.
Blender OSM.
Yeah,
OSM. OpenStreetMap.
yeah. OpenStreetMap. I have used OpenStreetMap here. So yeah. Uh, yeah, the 3D modeling. So Tamal, is anything
Yeah.
left? Yeah.
Uh, yeah. I have to explain a bit about harmonic acoustic simulation.
I think
Just five
we
minutes.
can
Five
do that.
minutes. I know it's getting very boring, but
Yeah.
let's do it one last. This one.
Okay.
So is this PPT visible now?
Just taking time.
Okay. So harmonic acoustic simulation is also like do everyone love music? Like you like to hear music, so uh, you might have heard it in from some output from a speaker or a Bluetooth speaker or some kind of a earphone or something like that. So even for designing uh, a simple electronic instrument as that, we need simulation. And many companies like Bosch and Philips use vast amount of money on designing their spend a lot on designing these uh, speakers. And so to know whether these speakers are efficient enough or not, uh, we have to put it into simulations and to see whether how these speakers work in how they amplify their their basic function is to amplify the sound that they are being fed to. So here is I think everyone knows how sound propagates, right? Sound is a mechanical way it propagates. Uh, it, it propagates through medium. It needs a medium to propagate, and the particle oscillates. uh, So the particle oscillates uh, parallel to the direction of propagation, right? So that is how mechanical uh, wave functions. That is how mechanical wave functions, and for that, to simulate that in ANSYS, they can create this. Look at this dissection of this speaker. This is the acoustic body, and this is the rest of the speaker. Around it, the designer has built a column of air to see how this speaker responds to excitation and how the sounds get propagated further. Sound is a
Tamal bhai,
pressure
screen share
wave.
नहीं हो रही.
Okay.
Aman?
Uh, I think for hang हो गया laptop.
Okay. Shall I continue?
Yeah.
Okay. So, everyone has installed Blender, I think. Can I have yes in the chat, please? Okay, let's open it. So, let me open. So, this is the default screen, which I think everyone will be having by opening the Blender. And yeah, so Blender has uh, previously, actually, this is the beta version. This is Blender 2.82 right now, and it is in development state. The stable version is 2.79, but they have changed many things in this as compared to its previous version. It is more cleaner, more better usability is there, more easily recognizable icons are present, and the most important part, they have divided blenders. They have given different type of tabs here. Like if you want a normal layout workout, you are in this tab. If you want to do modeling, you have this tab. If you want to do sculpting, you have this tab. Skullstream is similar to Skullstream of like if you are sculpting in marble or something. So it is like similar to uh, yeah. It must have more vertices. Okay, one thing. I will just enable one thing here so that you can see the keys I am typing. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is the start of Blender. This is the initial screen. You have this object mode here. Uh, you can add different objects from here. Uh, okay, I think because of all the movements, screen is getting a little blurred. Okay, I will move slowly. Yeah. So you can add different type of objects here, like mesh object, uh, plane, a normal plane. Okay. The shortcut for that is just enter Shift A, and you will have the menu here. Plane, a cube. You can move a particular object by selecting this icon from here, or just by pressing Z. So you can move the object around. Okay, before that, if you have played any game, it is similar to that, moving around here. Okay, oh, actually not like in a game. Okay. But yeah, you will get quite this. So if you press the middle mouse button, if you press the middle mouse button and uh, move, so you can move your camera around by having a center point in perspective. And if you want to pan around, just press Shift and middle mouse button. So you can pan around here and there. For selecting an object, simple left click on the object and
Yeah.
right. Uh, okay, welcome, Tamal.
Um, Sorry, there is a connection issue.
Okay.
Uh, okay, so I'll explain the basics. I'm sorry for the delay.
Uh, uh,
All right, so let's start from the
the
beginning. Uh,
okay, not the
have you
beginning.
explained
Start from.
have
Yeah, I have explained the moving around and inserting
navigation?
the object. Yeah, I was doing the navigation part. Okay,
Okay,
actually, I forgot to ask, is everyone new to Blender here, or uh, people have already worked on it and they are like expecting more advanced tutorial?
okay, so new. So
Mm. Okay,
uh,
yeah, Tamal,
you have,
go over the basics.
oh, okay, so let's start. Okay, can everyone see this green color text coming up?
No, you are not sharing the screen with me. Can I see?
Now is it visible?
Yes.
The screen. Okay. Okay. So let's start. First of all, we this is how Blender looks like. This is the UI of user interface of Blender. Um, First, we'll start by how to navigate inside Blender. Okay. Let's first build a mesh. So here is our mesh. This is a cube. Okay. So first we need to orbit around it. How to orbit? So press your middle mouse button and you can see you can orbit around the axis. Okay, you can look around. And in Blender, you have just one button for every kind of navigation. Like if you have to pan through, like pan means translate through this plane. Like you are walking through this plane, just press Shift plus middle mouse button. Okay, is everyone getting to it?
If anyone is having doubt, just mm, write in the comments of the series.
Okay, this is a shortcut, but if you want to see how you can use icons here, there is also icons present. Like for panning, means to translate through the plane, you can use this hand. hand icon here on the top right, this, and to rotate, to orbit around, you can just grab this circular ball by any axis. You can just rotate. Okay. So we have done two type of navigation, one orbiting and one panning. Then second is zoom, how to zoom in and zoom out. You can see I am using middle mouse button to wheel up, wheel down to zoom in. You can also use control plus middle mouse. Just click the middle mouse button and you press control and you can zoom in and zoom out. Okay. So next I'll be telling about selecting objects, and before that, uh, this plus sign you can see it is a 3D cursor. It is called the 3D cursor. You can shift this 3D cursor by pressing shift right click. And what is the significance of this 3D cursor is that uh, if you want to create a create a mesh somewhere you desire, like 3D cursor was here before, right? I want to create a new mesh. So you have to press Shift A, create mesh. Shift A is drop down menu for mesh, and then press 2. So we get this cube here where the 3D cursor is present. So if we shift the 3D cursor here and press Shift A and create a new mesh like cylinder there. So the mesh shifts uh, towards the 3D towards the 3D cursor. So the thing about I want to add another thing about this. When you add cylinder or sphere in Blender, this window, small window comes up from which you can uh, you can uh, alter its dimensions, its number of uh, vertices. See, you can. Is everyone able to see this screen? Aman,
Yeah, yeah.
screen दिख रहा है?
Yes, yes.
So you will be seeing this uh, increase and decrease in the vertices. You can also increase and decrease the radius like this, the depth, the height actually, and these things gives out the coordinate of the mesh. Mesh मतलब ढांचा होता है basically. In English we call it mesh, and this is the coordinate of the mesh you created, and this is the rotation. Means if
I would like to
when
add one thing. This is the location of the centroid that we have assigned of
yeah
the mesh.
centroid
Yeah, the center part, anything you can say. The point
see
from which a mesh.
this yellow color point you can see here. This is the centroid of the this mesh, this cylinder, the center point of this cylinder, and this uh, the location of this point is mentioned here. All right, and this is the angle value with respect to each axis. So if I increase this value, so we can see uh, this cylinder rotating with respect to x-axis, y-axis, z. We can also do this uh, by using some shortcut keys. such as S. First, we select this mesh cylinder, and if we press S, we can scale it. S stands for scale. So we
Is
can,
everybody understanding, or is it fast or slow? Just tell us.
yeah, give me a feedback, please. Whether to hurry up, whether to move fast or slow. How's the pace? Pace
Good.
is good. Okay. So are you guys following on your screen? Okay, Divya can't zoom out. Yeah, just press control and middle mouse button, control middle mouse button, and just scroll down. Just move your cursor like this. Okay. So okay, I was on scaling. S stands for scaling.
Someone is asking
Uh,
how you got the cylinder.
How?
You got
How I
the cylinder.
got the cylinder. All right, all right. So let's start from there. So I bring the 3D cursor here so that you can clearly understand, clearly distinguish between two objects. Then I press Shift A to add. You can also add from here. See on the top left corner, there is a object mode view, select add. See on add, you just click, then there is a mesh option. And there are several types of default meshes: plane, cube, circle, UV sphere, icosphere, cylinder, and cone. So let's create a cone. There is a box right on the left side of the window. You can see from here you can reduce the vertices. Vertices means if you can see the change in the number of polygons in the cone. Okay,
Okay.
got it. Right. And this is the radius. Radius one is the radius beneath, uh, uh, below the cone, the bigger, no, the base of the cone. Radius of the base of the cone is radius 1, you can see, and radius 2 is the top of the cone. So if you increase the radius 2, yeah, if you increase the radius 2, it will become a fulcrum. Fructum. Oh, I don't know what it is called. It is a cone which is cut
It's
from the metal. Yeah,
it's still a phone. I don't know.
yeah, same. I got confused. I don't know what it is called. This is cone just slightly cut from the metal, truncated cone.
Okay, so Divya, yeah,
Okay, so
asking, yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. How can I change the location of the mesh? So I was telling first scaling. Okay, scaling scales the whole object. Then there
use
is
less shortcuts. Actually, use
R.
less shortcut and show the
Okay, okay. Do
icons.
one thing. Do one thing. Do one thing. Just uh, go
And
this. Go to this. Yeah. No, 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 not N. Go to this gizmos option. You can see this circle and arc and arrow. Gizmos option. Take these three things: moves, rotate, scale. Okay. So whenever you select an object, now you will get these gizmos, which will help you. These arrows will direct help you to move the object, the mesh, on the plane, above the plane, in Z axis, in Y axis. All right. And these circles will help you rotate. with respect to x and x, y, and z axis. All right, and these square blocks you see, they are for scaling. Everyone got that? Just raise your hand or just type something on the chat. Okay, so let's. So we have been through this scaling, rotation, and grabbing. So we can move this mesh also by pressing G and then click where you want to place it. Okay, and first you like if you want to learn the shortcuts, press G to grab. Then if you press middle mouse button, this axis comes. Okay, uh, these three lines, they are X, Y, and Z axis. So you can accurately move in one direction with the help of these. Then you leave the middle mouse button. That is same as using this gizmo. Okay, let's come to edit mode now. This is object mode. In object mode, you can select different objects. That's the difference. In edit mode, to come into edit mode, either you can press tab, come into edit mode. We need these gizmos. To get into edit mode, just press tab, or from here you can change. You can see here a lot of options: object mode, edit mode, sculpt mode. So for edit mode, you are going to edit a particular object only. This the selected object will be edited. Here you can see every mesh has certain properties. Like this is an edge. The white color strip you can see. This is an edge. If you press 1 or just go to this select vertex, you can see the dots around the circular edge. This is called a vertex. And this is an edge. And if you select the next one, it will select faces. If you press A, it will select all faces. Control this way, faces. Shortcut for faces, vertices, and edges. If you press 1 in edit mode, it will select only vertices. If you press 2 on press 2, then it will only select edges. If you press 3, it will select faces. Okay, so next, uh, let's do something. Let's let's create another mesh. एडिट मोड में जैसे जाना है, एडिट मोड में जाना है, टैब प्रेस करके, और ऑन द top left corner you can uh, see this menu. I don't have any object, so I can't go to edit mode right now. So I have to create a mesh first. Let's create a cube. Right, no problem. Create a cube. I want to scale it. So did you get what do you call it? Here you can from here you can switch between edit mode and object mode. So this is my selection. I go to edit mode. What I want is to insert a edge loop. I want another edge here. How can I do that? I'll press Control. I'll just select a edge. Select an edge and then press Control E. Good. From from here you can from here you can see here there is a tool called loop cut. Okay, so I want to insert a loop here and here. So this is one way to add loops. After that, you have added loops. You want to increase the number of loops you have added. Did everyone get this part? Aman,
Yeah,
everything all right?
yeah, everything all right. You can also like if you are creating an edge loop and you have to create multiple edge loop, so you can
Um,
just go there and scroll. So it will add multiple the scroll. Like you are increasing number of words, that is another shortcut for you.
uh, just type it on the chat. I guess they will get it better.
So I think we should make something now. Like we know what to do with edit and so why not make something like AC
Okay,
and
let's do that. Let's do that.
okay. Do you want me
Uh,
to do?
uh, before uh, before just getting that, just one thing I forgot to tell. Uh, duplicate. How to duplicate an object.
Yeah, yeah.
So just go into object mode by pressing tab again from edit mode. To press tab, you will get back to object mode, and then uh, press shift D. So you'll see another object coming out of this. This is how you duplicate an object. And if you press R, D, then shift R. Okay, go ahead and Aman,
Yeah. Okay.
take it from.
Okay. Uh, uh, one thing. So you want more basics like this, or should we create something and learn on the way? Response, guys. Okay. So
Here's
like the Uh, I'm going to start with like the basic thing. Let's make an AC. Okay, so what's wrong in that? Okay, just go to Google and download an image from for AC just for the reference purposes. Okay, I want in real life. Yeah, Hmm, I think this looks good. Oh, sorry. Uh, uh, Before importing the image, so what is an AAC? It's just an rectangular box. Okay, so what should we do? This was like the starting of your uh, screen. So I will just add a mesh of cube here. Okay, uh, bring it up a bit, and I will press S to scale along x-axis. So I will press X. Okay, S. Sorry, along y-axis and so yeah, it will scale along y. So if you want to scale along z-axis, just press S and Z, and it will scale along z-axis. Uh, okay, yeah, open this. Okay, yeah, ठीक है. We have this. This is, it looks like easy. For me, it's okay. Or a little. So, what should we do now? So, I will show you how to do image texturing. Okay. So, this is like the easiest way of making any object. Okay. So, I will select this object right here and go to the texture material property here, which is present on the right side, the circular ball one. When you hover it, it will create the material property. Create a new material, ठीक है, name it AC, okay, and over this base color, select image texture. You will find under the texture menu, uh, image texture. Okay. Uh, any problem till now? Not. Now you will uh, open the image. So I think it was saved on my desktop. Yeah, this one. So I will. Okay. Now, if we go to this material preview, okay, we can go that by pressing Z and moving your mouse downward, or just clicking this a third icon in the list of these previews. Okay, if anyone is getting confused, please say I will go slow. uh, and I will, yeah. Okay, how did I import the image? Back. Okay, so I was here with my cube. Uh, okay, so I was here with my cube. Uh, now, uh, from this menu, select the second bottom, this material properties. Okay, now create a new material by clicking on new, name something, let's say AC texture. It's not necessary. I just I want to know we can name here. Okay. Now, uh, by default in Blender, and nowadays surfaces principal Bezier. Okay, let us not go into this. But अभी इसका base color is white. Okay, if we are in this preview mode, so you can see it's white. Now, what we have to do is we don't want color, we want texture of an image. So what will we do? We will click this small round button alongside the base color. A menu will open, and in this I can select different type of inputs. So it's like the RG. I want to give an RGB input or textured input, different type of textured input, noise, sky, etc. But I want image texture, so I will select image texture. Okay, so what is the uh, so now the image we have not provided any image, so it turns black. Okay, so now we will below that image texture option, we will open, go to the image where you have downloaded. Most of the people must have in download folder, but I downloaded in my desktop here. Okay, select that image you want to open or give the texture to, and just go open image. Did you guys start it? Response, guys. Okay, that's fine. Shall we move forward? Okay, okay. I think we will require to create it. Shall I move forward? Okay. So as we can see, this texture doesn't look right in any way. Okay, so what we can do, uh, we can go on. Let me just, we can now go to UV editing. Okay, so this is basically to uh, do this texture a better way. Okay, so there is a fourth tab in our Blender. Just click on UV editing and you will move here. Okay, I will just put this viewport shading option on. Okay, this is the third one from the first. Yeah, this is the third one. Okay, so now what we will do, we will select each faces. Now in edit mode, as Tamal have told you, we can select an vertex, edge, or face. So by selecting the face here, and yeah, so we can see square box will appear here. So basically, this square box indicate the texture it is getting from here. So it is getting the only this part of uh, image. Okay, you can close this menu layer from by pressing T if you are having a uncomfortable. Okay, so now what I will do, I will select the complete this box by pressing A. Yeah, so by pressing A, you can select everything. Okay, just press A, uh, 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 press S to scale it more. Okay, okay. So as uh, we can see, this is not looking very nice. So I will just rotate by pressing R. I'm just moving it here and there by pressing uh, S for scale. Like I want to do x-axis scale right now. So I will just do this as X. So yeah, I think it is going outside. So I will scale it down a little bit and press Z to you can just select even a single vertex and press C to move it around. Yeah, so I think my fronts look good. Mm, does everyone follow that? Okay, how to move the vertices? Just select the single vertex and press C and move it around. Mesh per thread. Okay, so you have to select, just press Z and move down your mouse to material preview. Right now your view is solid. Just press Z and move down to material preview. Where you will get your preview. Okay, so let's do it for like every face here. I think I'll just do for every. Oh, I will. I'm, like this is like making it like a handle. Clearer part. This one I will give a little messy part here. Okay. Any problem till now? Okay, you can arrange this match. I think if you have done a single the single face also, Z plus scroll your mouse down. I will show you again. Z, yeah, yeah. Okay. Should I wait or move? Okay. Uh, Divya, uh, can you see my mouse where I am pointing right now? Yeah. So it's like there are four or balls. First one is a wired one, which is called viewport shading, wireframe. The next one is normal solid. The third one is material preview. Click on material preview. Did you got it? Okay. Let's move forward. Okay. So I think सब इतना तो बना ही लिया होगा मतलब one phase तो कर ही लिया होगा. Okay. So yeah, I will just go back to the layout here. Okay. So layout is this one. We were in UV editing. I am going back to the layout. Okay. So now we have to add realism to it. Like this is okay, boxy. Like if we are in open world game, a very big game, so this will do just fine because no one cares about AC. Yeah, but like if we want to give something to it, we we need to add details here. Okay, so what can we do now? Yeah, we can extrude out this part here. Okay, so how we will do that? By going to the edit mode, and by edit mode is here. Just select the drop down object mode, edit mode. Okay, now what will I do? I will add edge loops. Okay, so edge loop was like a loop right here. You can press Control R or you can just select here. Okay, so yeah, I've selected these also. And yeah, here. So when you have clicked one edge loop here, just open this menu, and if your this option correct UV is not checked, please check it. Otherwise, it will not be. Uh, it will be messy. I will show you how it will be messy. I uncheck this button and go to moving this. So here, the whole texture moves with it. Okay, so we don't need that. We will add this edge loop, correct the UV, and yeah, now if we move it, it is okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So just Control R, click Control R. You will appear a yellow line. Left click on it and move to this edge. Okay. Now just again Control R, move it here. Control R, move it at this corner. Control R, move at this. Okay. We got our edge loop for this. Now what we'll do, we will select this uh, face selection, click on the face and press E to extrude it out. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, sure. So I did now. After the uh, after the all the loop cuts, uh, I selected this face and press E or select this extrude region. Okay, this is like left here, or just press E. It is the and move it out a little bit. Okay, got the extrusion part. Yeah. And similarly, we can add edge loop here and here to extrude this end. Okay, but before that, I'm not liking this texture here. So what I will do, I will just select, select this complete face here. Okay, and I will yeah. So, oh, sorry. So what I did, I just press on bevel, Control P, and move it around. Okay, actually, don't do that. Select all. Select completely and add bevel. So you will get a more like squarish edge. Your edge will have a little more this edgy tag. Yeah. Uh, okay. So yeah, that's okay. Oh, but like digging this extrusion, and I will select this inner face and move a little bit behind. Or what we can do, we can add a cylinder here. Okay, let's add a cylinder. Rotate it by the green axis, or just press R, press Y, and type 90. Okay, so you will have this here. Okay, and I will just go to the editing here, select this, uh, move this here, give it a rotation, came back to this, and yeah, what I will do. So, I have now there are two objects in edit mode, and they are on this a part of this cube. So if I press A here, so it will select completely, but I don't want that. I want to select this only. Okay. So how I will do that is like press this one and press L. It will select that object. Okay. Let's here fill it down. How to fill it down. Put it in. Okay. I think yeah, this was just tutorial purpose only. It's okay. So I think everyone has got this. Any problem? Response, guys? Okay. So like this, you can create anything. If you want to create a building, use same method. Want to create a washing machine, use same method. Uh, yeah, so you can basically create anything which is like not of the object you don't want to much detail, but yeah. So yeah, let's move on to uh, different. So what I would like to do. mm, So let's yes, company like gaming companies have to create their own assets. Like they uses different previous game assets in their new games too. But yeah, they create everything themselves, or they just do outsourcing. Like Tamal here do freelancing work. So they will just say, we want these type of things. Please create models of this, and Tamal will do the same. Of course, how money? Uh, so actually, I had planned to create a car chase animation, but I don't think आप लोग उसके लिए ready हैं. Yeah. So what can we do? We can create something like sound effect, something like that. Like if you want to have, like if you have seen the videos of online music videos, they're like a 3D object moving along the speed, the frequency of sound. Do you want to do that? That can easily happen in Blender, or we can do Jello animation, something like that. So tell me, what do you want to create? I will help you creating that. Or if you are having problems still, someone, you can unmute yourself and have a conversation. It will be easier to answer.
Okay, so I was not trying to disturb in between.
Yeah.
So basically, the question someone asked that uh, does companies create everything naturally or manually like this? Yes, most of the companies, gaming companies, they do. Uh, they have particular molds like to create particular assets. But most of the ad companies and architectural firms, they hire freelancers and other 3D artists to make their designs or assets. Any other question? Anything related to simulations? Anyone interested in going for simulations?
So I will just create another.
It's okay. There are only 13 participants, I guess. You can unmute your microphone and ask questions. Raise hands first.
I can create for all those who are still watching. I will just create ID.
Any questions? Anybody?
Okay. Where we learn
Yes.
from beginning. So
Yes,
yeah,
we.
there's so YouTube is a very good source. You will find many artists there. Okay, if you are starting from the beginning, I will recommend Blender Group. He has been in this field for more than like 13, 14 years, and he has a very great tutorial series. I will just show you. Okay, the begin tutorial part. Just go to his site. eh, He uploads almost daily. Okay, yeah. Uh, Go to his site, or he has a YouTube channel also. All the freelancing videos are there, and you will find more these freelancer YouTubers all over. Like, yeah, Polygon is a nice YouTuber too. CG Matter, Ducky 3D, Kurt Hall. You can just copy here. Yes, CG Matter. I will show you. I think I will share these links with you. I will share where I see these videos. Like this is like creating city in Blender 20 minutes. So I have watched this video and I have created this similar kind of thing. I can show you. This. Yeah, so you can create these type of scenes easily. So, yeah, Divya, we can create a whole living room like this. Uh, okay, let's just make it add a create a this floor and go to the edit and add H like this. We can just this is, uh, we can do the here. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, we can create a room, add bed, sofa. We can create completely by it. Okay. Can we create multi? 1 second. Yeah, so yeah, we can create the whole. We can create multi-copter models with propellers. Yes, we can create that here, but if you want if you want to make like a real propeller, then this is not a software for you. If you want to make a multi-copter model for like a gaming purpose of you, like you want to include that in game, or you just want to 3D print that, you can make a propeller here. Okay. Uh, Okay, AutoCAD is like if you want to create a realistic real life uh, simulations, like someone has asked a helicopter to create an helicopter. If we want to develop that helicopter in reality, then we should do AutoCAD. Then don't make models in Maya or Blender. If you are
Auto
using
AutoCAD's AutoCAD people use basically to एकदम proper measurements वाले designs बनाने के लिए, and they provide many tools that actually uh, uh, show the measurements to accurate to design. But in Maya, it is basically used for animation, visual effects purposes only, like for games and augmented reality softwares, etc. Create models for movies, for animated movies. For that only, Maya or Blender is used.
so yeah,
But
so I
but you can also use Blender for the same purposes AutoCAD is used. Uh, Sorry, Autodesk. Other stuffs like Fusion 360 or other engineering softwares are used. But the measurements के लिए कोई प्रॉपर वो नहीं है उनका टूल्स शो करने के लिए, तो तुमको हर बार स्केल चेक करना पड़ेगा कि इसका मेजरमेंट इतना आ रहा है, इतना आ रहा है.
okay.
ऑलराइट.
So I will like to show मैंने actually तुम लोग के लिए क्या प्रिपेयर किया था and क्या क्या दिखा बनवाना था. So this is like a small fish animation I was working on. So you can like I have shown you to make AC, you can similarly create this fish. Just going to that it more so that okay. Can you see the fish? Yeah. So I have taken this image and created the fish similarly like I have created that by excluding and all. Okay. So yeah. But what I did was I created this fish and add noise, cloudy noise to them so that they move in a random pattern. Okay. So like you can see they are moving in a random pattern. And you can add this to uh, उसके बाद you can add a cue with the water. So yeah. So basically today was for more or like artistic purpose of using 3D model. I am not like into the mathematical or engineering point of view. Uh,
Well,
yeah,
today's webinar was mostly about how to think in 3D and where we can apply 3D modeling. So some of the questions are like whether electrical engineers, mechanical engineers all use AutoCAD or not. So mostly I would say electrical engineers, electronics engineers, and those are related to circuits and some sort of analysis. They use ANSYS, HFSS. HFSS stands for High Frequency Structure Simulations. So they use these softwares to simulate. Can it do physics simulation for like smoke? Uh, yes, in ANSYS, there is a requirement when you simulate anything, you simulate in an environment. All right, like I was showing let me show you one thing. One second. Aman, can I share the
yes,
screen?
yeah.
Just hold on a second.
Yeah, in Blender we can do physics simulations. Not exactly like that, but if you want to have soft body, fluid simulation, paint simulation, full state, like wind is blowing, reason, everything like that. If we can do in the Blender.
Okay. So you were asking for Blender. Yeah. In Blender you can do it. Also in for simulation purpose, the environment is necessary. Here you can see uh, the designer has created a block of air. This is air PML. PML stands for perfectly matched layer. So basically both are air. And when uh, after simulation, these are the results. that when the speaker vibrates, the sound source vibrates, how it generates a pressure wave, and how the pressure wave feeds with respect to distance from the speaker. Uh, so here you can for air you can uh, change its properties, its density, whether it's air or in water, you can change it accordingly. So in case of simulation, it works like that. In Blender, yes, you can create smoke and physics for hair, leaves falling, even
Yeah, I can show the example of smoke I have created.
yes. Aman, share your screen.
Okay. So, yeah. So this is just one comment I was working on. This will be slow because it has a lot of texture. I will just open default shading. So yeah. So as you can see, there is a light source and it is foggy around it. So the whole cube, uh, let me just do it solid. This cube, the whole cube, and the bigger circle is this indicate the fog in this area. Okay, so I will just go back to the and put it in the here. So this is like fog around everywhere, and we can create like this realistic water reflections and everything. This is and we can create few more thing. I just show you this like this animation. Yeah, this whole animation is created in Blender. All this jelly effect, all the reflections and everything.
Basically, anything you can define with physics, you can do it in Blender.
Yeah, you can see the reflections and everything. Even you can see the rays are passing from jelly, and there is a blue tint here. So you can see this also. And funny also like this one animations and stuff. Yeah.
बहुत हटा
Yeah. एक कहाँ था
It is lagging. Lagging.
Okay, it's lagging. Okay.
Do you have some GIF or something like that?
Huh?
No, no, that okay, okay, play that, play that.
So this is what Aman was previously telling about, that a figure moving along with a figure that is changing its shape along with the music.
Yeah, the
Basically,
F frequency of the music is responsible for this movement of uh, movement of this object. And you can see like there is an this textures that is also moving, that is created by noise, the cloudy noise. So these are all simulations. Okay. So yeah, you can do multiple things here. Even like I've created this 3D logo here too in this blender. Okay. So uh, uh, so like this one, the audio part one, I will show you. Just like it is very easy, you can add this to any object. Like this is a cute, let's take uh, isosphere. Okay. Just increases subdivision like to 4 and 5 meter. Okay, you have to just uh, add a modifier, a division display modifier. Okay, and add a texture, name the texture anything. Go to the texture, uh, यहाँ पे change the texture to like musgrave. Okay, and what we will do now, um, let's go back to the increase the strength. Now this, now we want to change this strength according to sound. Okay, so how we can do that? We can put here, add this to keyframe. Okay, so so graph editor. Now you can see this graph, and this is the strength replacement. If I add a modifier here, like a noise or something, like add modifier noise, so you, you can see it will move. Okay, so instead of adding like increase, sorry, increase in instead of adding noise, we can add a sound frequency here. Okay, so let's just add sound frequency like this. E add F curve modifier. Okay, actually, it's not on. Yeah, bake sound to F curve. Add F curve modifier. Select any song from here. I think I have one downloaded. Okay, so as you can see, uh, here the frequency of is present all over the timeline, and if I just play it right here, it is changing. So yeah, uh, and how how I can see this noise or something like this. It will do this time, and we can even add uh, just video sequencer, add a sound here, similar way. So just increase the frames from here to 5,000 around, it will go like this. We can create like this, so we can create easily this type of thing. And to add fun, you can add emitter here with like a red light or something. Okay. Uh, just go to rate and give blue, something like that. Change the word to something. So yeah, you can do many things here. And any more questions? Anything you want me to like? Can we do this in Blender? Can we do this in Blender? You want to
It's
ask?
okay, it's only 13 participants. You can unmute and ask. Unmute your mic and ask. लगता है
Yeah,
सब लोग
definitely we can make short films on this. Like, I will tell you this person, and he was amazing guy. I I watched a lot of his, like this tier of steel dynamo. He has created completely on Blender. Okay, so his YouTube channel, he creates short stories on Blender. I will show you one. Like this is Dynamo, his short stories, and this is completely made on Blender. You can see the steam here, this person moving, the lighting effect, everything. These windows blue, the emissions from these windows, everything. And like you can see, we have created this and just the AC, or we just have to add fan there. It's nothing more than that. This per Okay, actually, this will take a lot of time if you are doing alone. Like here is an actor also, so this is
and
like way above the
also a
level.
lot of
But
processing
if you
speed.
want to, yeah, if you want to create a short film like okay, recommendation on uh, this one, just search short film one. Actually, you box. Yeah, this default key. This is completely made on Blender. Actually, this is an inside joke of Blender community. The default cube that comes with the Blender, everyone deletes that. So this is like that default cube. No one accept that. Are the person real? Yeah, that person is real. You can go to uh, in people's channels and you can see the making of its Dynamo movie. Okay, so like the creation of here's everything here. Just go and see. You will find one video like the creation of Dynamo, something like that. So yeah, you actually uh, uh, watch this.
Okay, there is another question.
Watch this world building in Blender. This is
Can
like
we make short
a
films?
introductory Blender review. So, like this is a very good video. Just watch him. He's a nice guy and very inspirational. Yeah, I will share this.
Yeah, but rendering all these and rendering and animation takes a lot of processing
Yeah, they
and
take
GPU.
time. The- like
Uh,
this
like
this
my
one
laptop
render
doesn't support.
took 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 2 hours because this was rendered in E. I think 2 to 3 hours. But the animations that I have shown you of Jelly that took 6 hours because that was cycle render and it has light in it. So yeah, rendering takes a lot of time, and then you have dedicated like 2 to 3 hours on a particular small project, and like twice the time will take the rendering if you are using cycle renderer. Like there are three type of rendering. I will just show you. Here, E-Blender, Workbench, and Cycle. Cycle, yeah, those who have GPU just select GPU compute here. So yeah, this render takes a lot of time. The person, I didn't know what do you mean by did this someone's business. Actually, I don't do any like freelancing work. This is like a hobby to me. I am a UI
Yes,
UX designer. But Tamal do freelancing work
yes, yes.
in the
I
3D
did.
modeling. He
Yes,
will,
I was typing that actually while you were explaining. Yeah, I did some freelancing work, but I did it on Maya
yeah,
actually, Autodesk Maya. And the kind of freelancing work I do is basically
yes,
making 3D models for ad companies, the furniture companies, and Greenply on all. The furnitures you often see on AR, augmented reality application. They were prototyping for for customers to use furnitures on the use see the furnitures whether they fit how they fit in their room. Can I show you? Yeah, sure. I can show my work. Hey,
Yeah, you can present. Should I open your Behance?
1 second. Also, I did some work in simulation, harmonic acoustic simulations for a customer who was asking for it or making a gramophone for designing gramophone for him. Aman, you were showing?
I'm just opening your
Okay.
Behance. Okay, you are not.
नहीं
What
नहीं
is your
करना
handle?
एक second. Let me paste the link. Here. In interior decorations, yeah. Last on it. So, yeah, these are the kind of furnitures you might see on augmented reality applications uh, that they were prototyping to like if you want to see whether a furniture fits in your room, how does it look? So for that, you need a 3D model to feed in that. Uh, a 3D model will like have you used Snapchat? Snapchat that augmented reality. Your Bitmoji avatar will appear in front of you while the live camera is going on, something like that.
Uh, Actually, guys, can you just unmute yourself and speak directly?
Yeah, there are not
Like
many
there are not
participants actually.
many people, so
We
you
can we
can just
can
directly.
discuss as it is.
Kamal, that's where did you find this section? Let me know.
Actually, if you ask me, this is a normal texture. I have superimposed a bump image on it. Bump image is basically a noise. Like you can see this
Okay,
white.
okay, got it.
Uh,
You have added a color ramp and a pump. Matlab
yeah.
basically noise.
Yeah, I was explaining to them basically what what it does is uh, let me just open the I'm just opening Maya. It is taking some time. It is fucking software.
Oh, please don't. Please don't. Okay. Actually, yeah, so something else, online site, yeah, they are online farm rendering farms. You can search, so but they are like, uh, yeah, yeah. So they are like $50, yeah, or $20 a month. You just upload your file here. Uh, Actually, this one is free. Right? Okay, I will try it. So you can just upload your project here, assign the values how to मतलब the frames and everything के लिए तुम्हें कैसा render चाहिए, and just upload it, and they will give you notification like in few hours as your render it complete. Okay, this one is good. Render sheet काफी लोगों ने किया है. Yeah, this one is good, but I think again ये charges money. This one हमारे classes source. Okay, uh, which sources, Sandeep? Can you elaborate? Do you want the presentation? The humanization presentation. Okay, I will just share it. Okay, any more questions, guys? Okay, the source then. So there are again very okay. I will share them. I will share them with the IEEE admin, and you will get that. Okay, Sandeep. Just ask tomorrow for your IEEE coordinate, and I will share them. So I think we can wrap it up now.
Yeah, sure.
If you have any more questions, just shoot out, or we can wrap it up.
I guess no one is interested in simulations or something.
Yeah, they are engineers, but that's okay.
Then wrap it up. I think we're done for now.
Mechanic, if you had like mechanical engineering, of interest with only. Okay, thank you guys. आई थिंक आप लोगों ने कुछ सीखा होगा, एंड अगर कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम है देन प्लीज़ आप जो भी क्वेश्चंस हैं आप फॉरवर्ड कर सकते हैं, हम बताएं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी इसमें. एंड द ग्रेटेस्ट टीचर यू कैन फाइंड इज यूट्यूब. वहाँ पे हर चीज़ अवेलेबल है. जस्ट गो देयर, सर्च फॉर इट. लाइक you have anything in mind, like how will I do this, can I do this, can I do this, just search for it. 100% like आपसे पहले किसी ने सोचा होगा और वो कर ही रखा होगा. So yeah, you can just go on the internet and find everything. Okay, feedback link. Admin, please provide the feedback link here. Yanshu, are you there?